Hi, this is Debbie Kaufman, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this is the third card that we did for the Stamp Club. It's the Pansy card, and there's two pansy flowers, two sets of leaves, and then the bud. There's many die cut pieces on this, but once the die cutting is done, it's actually a very easy card to assemble. The Pansy stamp set is the Pansy Patch, and then the Pansy dies is what is used. The base of the card is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. It's thick white cardstock, half a sheet of cardstock. This is the kit. This is all the assembled pieces that come in the kit for the Stamp Club. You can use your blending brushes to color, or I'm going to be using the little daubers. And other things I'll be using is this silicone pad for the glue and just some very, very light adhesive. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold our card in half, and of course I don't have my bone folder here, so let me grab it. And I'm also going to get my rag because I'm going to be doing some brushing. Okay, so if you look on the card, I'm going to kind of leave it here as a point of reference. It's the fresh freesia, and it's dry brushed behind the flowers. So normally when you dry brush, you start off your paper and then work your way in. But here the flowers are going to cover, so it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't. You can go ahead and just dry brush with your. So we're going to start in the middle and work your way out. And you can get it light or dark as you want. I'm kind of not going quite all the way to the edges, but I want it to be able to show behind the flowers. Kind of like a halo effect. And this is right on your thick white cardstock. And now we're going to go ahead and open up the pieces. You could probably get that darker, but it looks darker in person than it does on the camera. So I'm going to open the pieces and kind of show you what they are. And hopefully I won't lose them during the video. These are all die cuts. And you can probably put just one flower on and then end up getting two cards out of this when you get your kit. You'll have, but I did put two on the front. So you have two large flowers, and these are the pieces, the borders that go on these. There's a right and a wrong way, but that will adhere to those after we dry brush them. And then you have 4 little flowers, smaller ones, and these pieces will adhere to these right here. Okay. But we'll dry brush the flowers first. Now, On these, you want to get pretty accurate on the location, on the curved part. You don't have to worry about getting real close to the edge here, because this covers it up right here, this little piece. And then these, you just put on the edge, and they can be just a little bit showing on the back. You can get right up to the edge on those. Okay, and then you have your leaves. Which will be that. And I'm already missing one little yellow piece somewhere. There should be a yellow piece, two yellow pieces. So I don't know where they are. They are not in my bag. And see, I've already lost one of them. So I will have to get another one out. Let me pause for a second here. Okay, I have an extra one here. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do the brushing first. On this card, the bigger flowers are done in wild wheat, and the smaller is done in fresh freesia. So I'll go ahead and dry brush, actually do the daubers with the wild wheat. And you want to be able to see them when you've got them on the card, because you'll have, so you can hit towards the center, because it won't make any difference, because remember, they're covered up. So I'm just gonna, and then just kind of spread it out. And then do this one. I start where it's going to be covered, and I just spread it out. Okay. And then I'm going to do the fresh freesia. This is actually, there's a lot of little pieces, but it's a fun card to put together. Okay, I'm gonna, and this is going to be, start here and bring and remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, because flowers are not perfect. They're beautiful in their own way. I want to be able to see them as we put them together, so I'm trying to go out a little ways with them. Starting at the tip. I did not design this card. Judy Carter designed this card, because I don't design cards that are this many steps normally, because it's a little difficult for me. So I'm kind of excited about doing this video, because it kind of helps me remember how to put these all together. Okay, then we have this little bitty one here, a little bud. So we're gonna do that one as well. Yeah, it's still recording. Okay. When I bump things, I don't know if I stop the recording or not. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to assemble. I am using my little silicone sheet, because I'm going to add this to this piece here. Put it up here so you can see it. and you just want to dab the glue. So I am just going to, you just kind of tap just to get a few drops on there, and add that to my piece. And remember, the center part's going to be covered, so try to get the edges okay. See, that's one of them done. All right, let's do the second one. Again, make sure I got the right side that I want to do, and just little bit of glue and put that together. See, it doesn't take much to put them together once you've got them colored. That one's done. Now we're going to do the smaller ones, and just taps of glue, and see, very simple, just got those together like this. And then we'll do the next one. And get that okay. Two more. So mainly the tough part of this card is getting everything die cut and keeping the pieces straight, but the actual putting it together is pretty simple. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and do the leaves while we're at it. Again, just a few drops. And this is soft seafoam and garden green for the leaves, and this is blackberry bliss for the trim around the flowers, around the pansies. So we've almost got everything put together here. And then we'll do our little bud. And make sure I have the right side here. Yeah, so we'll put a little glue here. And that will go there. And then a little bit of glue on the stem. Again, just a few drops. And okay. Now one thing, well, let's do these, put these together first. So you take two of your flowers and you put just a little bit of glue on the bottom right here. And you just so they meet, just until they meet right there. Hold that for a second. And we'll do the other two just the same way. A little bit of glue. And just enough so that they meet. fingers are sticky, so they don't want to hold. I might have to add a little bit more glue. Okay, we'll set that aside. All right, now these pieces, this is the part that's kind of fun. These pieces go on top of the big flowers. And then you got these little center pieces. So the dimensionals are going to do a two-part job. You're going to put the dimensional behind the flower. So it's like this. You got this, you got sticky right there, and then you're going to attach that. Take off the backing and attach that to the big flower. Make sure all 4 points are covering the pieces here. And then, oops, this little piece here, I kind of moved a little bit. Oh dear. You know, it's a little white there because my thing moved. So we're just gonna add a little blackberry bliss around there so you can't see it. There we go. Okay, and then you got your sticky off the back of that, and you're going to put that right on the pansy so that the two ends are covered. And that will hold those pansies together. Turn it over and add 3 more dimensionals on the creases where they meet to help reinforce them to be held. So you've got the 3 dimensionals on the back. Then this part is sticky because that's the dimensional. You take your centerpiece and put on there. So you've got your dimensional, which is holding the 2 together, plus the centerpiece. So let's do that again. We are going to take a dimensional and we are going to add it so the sticky part is up. That's the sticky part. This is behind it. Take that off. Have these meet, the 4 points meet. I want the point, I want those points to meet. That goes there. Turn your flowers, the other 2 that you put together, over. Don't turn them over yet. Sorry. Keep them flat like that. And then attach this to that as it covers the ends. Turn it over. Add 3 more dimensionals on the seams. My fingers are sticky from the glue. Turn it back over and add your centerpiece. It's stuck to my dimensional, came off. Let me get another one on there. It came off too soon. Okay, now we take our card and you decide how you want them placed. So I think I'll do this one take the dimensionals off. I probably should have stamped before I did this, but we're going to go ahead and go with it. And let's see, I think I'll do that one there. And take this one off. And maybe put this one kind of kitty wampus. And then I want to be able to stick my flower down in here somewhere. So I am going to add a little bit of glue to that. In between the dimensionals. And then the leaves, I will add down here. And I said I should have stamped first, so this may be challenging here. That's your card. It's so pretty, so pretty. We're stamping in Blackberry Bliss. And we're using from the stamp set the Happy Birthday. And I'm just gonna hope this works since I didn't. I'm gonna line up my block to the bottom of the paper. I have my Happy Birthday, and I put some dimensionals and embellishments there to cover that lip up. And on the inside, we have wishing you a little extra happiness. So I need to line that up on my block. And I move mine down so I can have my block level with the bottom of the paper, the grid paper, to keep it straight. So that is straight. So you have your card. Now you need to do your envelope. And what I did is I did a little, well, I can't find it here right now. Hang on just a second. Got the a little stem. I'll do that in garden green, and just to add a little delicate touch to it. And then the little flower. Oops, and it's photopolymer, so I can go over it again. There we go. And there you have your card. See how fun that was? It was, again, as you can tell, it's a fun thing to do. It's just the die cutting that takes time, but putting it together is great. So I would recommend, if you're going to do this card, just die cut a whole bunch of pieces, put them in little containers so that you can make several cards. This is Debbie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thank you. Bye-bye.